We are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, opposed to secret oaths, opposed to secret proceedings. No official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, would interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know.
All right. Welcome to Conspiracy Corner Podcast, everyone. This is Abe, your host. It's December 7th, 2025. So, honestly, dude, I'm going to kind of do this one off the fucking cuff. Which some of you like that. I know Red Pill Paradigm does. It is a style I do every now and then. I almost thought about live streaming, almost thought about it. So, last week was Heaven and Hell. Heaven and Hell. What was it? Ronnie James Dio did a Heaven and Hell. Caught in the middle. I think it was Caught in the Middle. Red Pill Paradigm, shout outs to him. He's a good dude. He hit me up 1 or 2 days ago, because I ain't gonna lie, dude, I'm one of the few podcasters who literally sometimes will put out 2 to 3 episodes a day. Now, I do them in 30-minute segments. My formula has always been 30 minutes. And I'm not bashing on anyone. You like my hair today? This is just all natural. Look at it, man. I look all Elvis and shit. This is what I figured out was people's, especially on YouTube, on Spotify, where it's a more podcasting based network, I feel like the crowd is different. Rumble, the crowd is different. YouTube, man, it's full of fucking blue-pilled, I don't know, younger generation. They don't understand, like, talk radio. They don't understand audio format. They don't get it, They want me to put, like, clown makeup on and dance around and, like, push an old lady over stairs or something, Be a joker. I don't think they understand the concept of just audio format, like Little Orphan Annie or Vincent Price, I grew up on, like, talk radio, like Art Bell, my mom used to listen to talk radio. I started listening to it, like, in fucking high school, listening to, like, Bob and Tom, even younger than that, I was listening to Howard Stern. I was watching Howard Stern on cable TV, watching girls pull their shirts up and fucking people getting blowjobs and Artie Lang and shit. Like, they don't understand the audio format of just talk radio. I don't even know where I'm going with this. So, I've been in a slump lately. Like, yes, last week was Heaven and Hell. And I kind of went on a hiatus for a little bit. And during my hiatus, I was either at work, straight to work, and straight home. I had zero interest in things. I haven't been playing video games. I've literally just been laying in bed and watching television. And I had someone who texted me. I hope I don't want to share his name just in case, but he's like, dude, I've been going through some shit too. And I texted him a while back, and I was like, hey man, how you doing? You know, I don't remember what it was for, but he was like, dude, I've been going through some shit. And then here recently, he texted me reaching out and was like, dude, I've been going through some shit. I just lay in bed at night and, like, I feel like that's when the demons come. And I'm like, yep. Yeah, I know the feeling, man. And I drug myself up with melatonin. But here, the difference between me and him is, like, I will sleep for, like, 1 billion hours straight, you know? Except for when I need to be at work the next day. Then I'll have zero sleep. It makes zero fucking sense. And I don't know, maybe that is a demon, you know. There's a lot of shit that's been going on. So, I had my birthday. It was cool. And then me and Sammy celebrated our anniversary together. That was cool. And then, yeah, like, we went out and I bought her, like, her early Christmas present. I just wanted to get it done. Life was beautiful. Life was looking amazing. And I don't know, I have MDD. I don't know if this is a part of it, but it reminds me of The Cure. I've always been a fan of, like, The Cure. Of, like, it kind of reminded me of how I felt. Of, like, sometimes you have, like, super ups, dude. And then right around the corner, it's, like, fucking super down in 2 seconds. And I've tried to talk to therapists and shit about it. And they're like, what's causing it? What's causing it? And I'm like, I don't know. Life can be fucking great and glorious, man. Like, honestly, if I look at my life, if I pull back the camera and I go, okay, Abe Williams, I'm going to have to knock on wood a shit ton because I'm a witch and I'm superstitious, but Abe Williams, all his bills are paid. Knock on, knock, knock, knock. He has a beautiful wife. He's sexually satisfied. He has a job currently, and he's full-time employed. You know, like, he has a car that works, and it's fully functional. Like, life is gorgeous, you know? But that's when I know that it's something wrong with me. There is something wrong up here mentally of I can have it all and just fucking feel horrible. I don't. Sleep is the closest thing to death. And obviously I'm not a harm to myself or anyone else. But for me, it's like a death simulation of like, oh, I can just die for 8 hours. And I'm allowed to do it. Like, everyone's just allowed to die for 8 hours. Or even a nap, you know? Like, oh, I'm allowed to die for 2 hours and not feel anything. Like, zero consciousness, you know? Unless you dream, which I do dream, but, it's like, yeah, I'm allowed to just exit reality. Life is overwhelming. This shit all fucking sucks. I had to take some time off, man. I made a fool of myself. I had a mental fucking breakdown at work. And of course, they all think it's drug related. I work with this black chick who literally watches over me like a hawk. First of all, she's not even a manager. She's a coworker. Can I just say this? First of all, everyone at Clark's Pump and Shop, their heads are going to be chopped. My manager, she got 3 write-ups in one day, and I've kind of told this shit before. The day before her, I had gotten 2 write-ups in one day. I got 2, she got 3. I talked my way out of 1 and knocked it down to 1 after explaining the situation because I have a silver tongue. And it's all over dumb shit. This black chick that keeps fucking with me, she's about to get fired because she keeps calling out every other fucking day. Like, every fucking week she's missing like 2 or 3 days worth of work. She don't want to work. And the thing is, like, she don't want to work, but then she'll like play scratch-offs for like 2 or 3 hours after work. While I'm busy, she's calling me to the register every 2 seconds. I'm like, Mary, can you not see that I'm busy over here trying to fucking do my job and you're just gambling? I know you're a customer, but like, you barely work. You're about to get fired, and she doesn't know that she's about to get fired. They're about to fire a bunch of people. Heads are rolling. So I kind of had a mental breakdown at work because I know that heads are rolling. I'm like, I can't work in a place where I'm paranoid all the fucking time. And the thing is like, when I first started there, dude, they said, oh, we're a tight crew. It's been the same crew. You know, like, we're almost like a family here. Like, we're a super tight crew. Which was beautiful. When I first started, I was like, that's beautiful, you know. And then I just asked the question, because I just moved into town, like, a year, maybe 2 years ago. So I never even knew about this place. So I was like, cool, man. So you guys been like a tight crew. How long y'all been here? And they're like, oh, only a year. Oh, so you're on your maiden voyage, you know, and you're telling me, like, you fucking, you all are tight. Like, no, you're on your maiden voyage. This ship could sink in 2 seconds. So, like, heads are rolling now, and it's like, I don't know. It's just, it has bummed me out. It put me where I already suffer from MDD. It's made me in a spot where I haven't been wanting to podcast. But the thing is it ain't just podcasting. Like, you guys know me, I have Blue Pill Podcast, and I usually like doing game reviews and shit, but I haven't even been playing video games for like a week, dude. I've just been doing nothing but go to work, come home, and like go to sleep. I shaved and stuff, but like I was looking scruffy, dude. I had a beard for a little bit, like a beard and shit, and I was like, just like not bathing, not shaving, just going straight to bed. And I always get nervous. They call it the Irish curse. So like Sammy, man. We had just had our anniversary, you know. I'd bought her Christmas present. We kind of celebrated Christmas early and shit. Everything was jolly-go-lucky. And then, like, her grandma gets sick and dies. You know, I have this mental fucking break because I'm working in a work scenario to where I'm giving my 100%. And it's never fucking good enough. Which is insane conditions to work under. And I don't know. Now she's sick as a dog. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with her. She's running like 103, 104 fever. So now I'm worried, am I gonna get sick as a dog again? You know? But it's just little shit like that. It's just little shit like that. And then I feel bad because, like, people actually started donating money and stuff. And, like, I like to tell people this. I go through slumps. So you guys know me. I grind it the fuck out, dude. And I really do. And I'm not trying to, like, this isn't, like, me being, like, grandiose or nothing. But, like, I've been podcasting for 5 years now. I've got, like, 600 something episodes out. But I've been content creating for, like, a decade. Ghost hunting, cryptid hunting, all sorts of shit. If you look at my old stuff, paranormal investigations, like making occult items, like all sorts of shit, book reviews. I've been doing this shit for like over a decade. I'm the Truman Show. And so are you, those other content creators too. You can be the Truman Show too. But Art Bell, man. Art Bell used to take breaks and shit. I don't know if I'm just suffering from burnout. I don't know if it's just... I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't feel right. Sammy don't feel right. Life is bizarre. And there's that crazy schizo side of me that wonders if I'm being fucking cursed for something. But I don't even fucking know. So, let's get into some selling your soul shit. I almost sold my soul. There was another content creator. Thankfully, I never fucking interviewed this guy. Because every time I try to set it up, I don't know, he was like... I'd got hooked up through like an interview that I did before. I'll just say that. And this dude has like a Xanax problem. He's like mentally unwell. He says that he's possessed by like some entity named Grimm. And the thing is like, I've looked at like fucking, I've poured over fucking, bruh. I'm an occultist. I have poured over fucking grimoires and text, I've never heard of a fucking entity called Grimm. So I think he's either making this shit up or he's creating an egregore, like a tulpa or something. But I don't know, this dude's like possessed by this entity called Grimm. Something like that. So I'd talked to this dude, and I kept like trying to interview the dude, because the person who hooked me up with him was like, dude, you need to talk to him and interview him. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready for it. Because you guys know my platform is open to anyone. You could come on here and be a holy roller. Come on here and that's all you preach. Are you probably going to get a little pushback from me? Probably a little bit. A little bit. I'm going to be like, I don't agree with that, homeboy. But I'll let you speak. I'll let you say whatever the fuck you want. The only time I would ever cut you off and be like, okay, you gots to go, is like if you started talking about like, yeah, child sacrifice is good, like, yeah, we should sacrifice children or rape children. That's the only time that I'd be like, bro, nah, the interview's done. Lose my number. I'm losing yours. I'm blocking you. Get the fuck out of my life, And that's kind of what happened with this guy. So I kind of stopped talking to him. I had a group chat, and I even thought before I created this group chat, like, well, there's a podcaster that I'm like, he's wanting to get into the game, so I'm like, well, dude, I'm barely in the game. I ain't gonna lie, I'm barely in the fucking game, dude. If I didn't sit here and do my little buymeacoffee.com and I'll send you a sticker, I ain't making money off this shit. You'll lose more money than anything. Like, you have to make it big right from the get-go. Usually the only big podcast, you have to be like a big fucking name and just be a big motherfucker right out from the get-go, like a comedian or actor or actress. Sadly, I mean, very rarely is it a nobody who makes it big. Once in a blue moon it does happen, like a Ian Carroll or a Candace Owens. I don't think she was anybody before podcasting and shit. Like, Blair White, I don't think she was anybody really. I mean, you gotta have something that takes off, like a shtick or something. I don't know. I haven't figured it out. No one likes me. I'm a witch, you know. They're like, oh, devil. It's like, no. But this dude I'd been talking to, who's possessed by this spirit Grimm. The only reason, okay, I'll tell you this. He, like, I don't know. Like I said, he struggles on Xanax. He struggles mentally with, like, multiple personality disorder, something like that. And I didn't know he was, like, fucked up at the time. I really couldn't tell that he was fucked up. He wasn't slurring, nothing like that. He's like, I love you, Abe. I love you, Abe. And the reason, by the way, here's a little forefront. I wasn't using this person, but as a podcaster who's been at this for a decade, as a content creator who's been at this for a decade, but a podcaster for 5 years, he interviewed, his channel blew the fuck up. It's a ministry. Apparently it's like Seventh-day Adventist. Like, it's fucking Mormonism. It's a Mormon podcast ministry. But for some reason, they liked me. And I was like, okay, obviously I'm never going to convert back to Christianity because that shit's brainwashing. But I was like, okay. And they interviewed, like, I can't even remember the name. It might have been Gary Wayne. Which, Gary Wayne, by the way, is awesome. He's not connected to this at all. But I can't remember the other dude. It was somebody who was literally, like, one of the forefathers of the conspiracy theory genre. Like, I'm talking, like, William Cooper status. Well, I don't know about William Cooper, but, like, William Cooper, what's his name? Something Todd. Fucking Gary Wayne would be an old school, like Eric Von Doniken. Like, he was old school conspiracy talk radio. He's an OG of the conspiracy realm. And this dude got to interview him, and his channel blew up in like 2 days. Like, he got like thousands of subscribers, able to get monetized, like, because he happened to get this big name on, you know. Hey, more power to you. But then this dude starts confessing to me one day while he's walking down the road on the phone with me that, yeah, I was a Luciferian. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Like, I have satanic philosophy. But my satanic philosophy is more LaVeyan, which it literally says in the Satanic Bible with the 9 tenets or whatever of, like, do not harm children. And then he's like, yeah, like, so I started worshiping the devil. And by the way, LaVeyan Satanism, they don't actually believe in the devil. They use him as a symbol. He starts saying that, yeah, he's, like, possessed by this dude named Grimm. He started getting into child porn. And then he says that he raped a chick. And while he was raping her, like, she was like crying and tears were pouring down her face, and he just blamed it, I guess, on the demon. So, like, while he was looking up all this child porn and shit, he said that FBI did contact him and was like, hey, we know what you're doing, stop doing it. And that was like kind of like all that happened. So then I talked to another person that I interviewed, and I was like, hey, what do I do about this situation? You know, what do I do about this situation? I don't know. I had gotten some advice, and after hearing that story, here's the part where I almost sold my soul, though. After hearing that story, I didn't immediately cut him off. And this is part of my greed, because I am a human being. This was part of my greed, my fucking... I don't know. Being wanting to support my family. Honestly, I just wanted to support my family, and I knew that he had the hookups with this OG conspiracy theorist. And I was like, he kept telling me, dude, I'll hook you up with the interview. I'll talk to the guy. I'll hook you up. And I never got the hookup for the interview to blow my channel up so I could start paying bills and get the fuck out of this shitty ass trailer, you know, and do something with my life. But after he kept giving me the runaround with that, I was like, yeah, I gots to go. So I just deleted the group chat, because I made a group chat of like, hey, let's start a group chat for podcasters who are actually trying to get their podcast off the ground. So it was me, him, and another dude, and I just, my conscience came into play, and I was like, no, I'm gonna delete this shit. This dude raped a woman, allegedly, is what he said. You know, FBI called him up and knew that he was looking at child porn. And this guy apparently is starting a ministry within the Mormon church, man. Like, or Seventh-day Adventist, or whatever the fuck. They like to separate themselves into sects, but like, we all know it's just fucking Mormonism. It's all fucking Mormonism. And I've been on their little group calls, and I'm like, isn't this just Mormonism? Like, I don't know. It's weird. I'm not cool with it, but this, honestly, what this all started from, this shows you how crazy life is like, this all started from, well, first of all, the chick that I interviewed who hooked me up with this dude, she's cool as fuck. So get that out of your head, that she's a bad chick. But the chick that hooked me up with this dude, I don't know if she knew this info. Hell, she remembered my birthday this year, which was pretty fucking cool. But I almost sold my soul to the devil, man. Of like, being associated with this guy. And you know, if they're looking at this guy, they're looking at me too. And it kind of sucks, man, because that's how it works. Like, are you guilty by association? You know? But I don't know why I went on that spiel. It's something I've been wanting to talk about. And honestly, I'm just kind of like, fuck it, man. No holds barred, black flag. Let's fucking do this shit. But today was the first time I started feeling better after a week. You know what helped me out a lot? And I know this sounds fucking so stupid. But, my mother-in-law, who I live with, she made spaghetti yesterday. And, I was watching for the first time. I've always wanted to see this movie, Detroit Rock City. I'd never fucking seen this movie before. And it's got John Connor, Edward Furlong in it, which I love him, man. I'm so sad that he got hooked on drugs because, like, dude, his film career could have been so amazing. He would have been up there with, like, Leo DiCaprio and, like, Johnny Depp. I promise you. In an alternate reality, he probably is. But that was what kind of cheered me up. I noticed that after a week of just being down in the dumps that I started smiling and laughing again naturally. And I was like, yeah, I need to get back into podcasting. My buddy from Red Pill Paradigm hit me up and was like, bro, he notices when I'm missing. He knows when I go through a slump. This isn't the first time he's done this. He's like, bro, where you at? Because you normally put out an episode a day, if not 2 or 3 episodes a day, because you're a maniac. Something's going on. You don't feel right. What's going on? So I don't know. I guess this is a mental illness awareness episode / confession / be careful. Don't sell your soul. Cut people off. I had to cut off this dude. I don't know. It is what it is. And watch some fucking cosmic, watch them do some weird Mormon witchcraft on me. Because you all know Mormonism is fucking like Freemasonry and shit. It's just witchcraft. So like watch them fucking curse me or something. Not that I'm willing it, but hey, if you guys want to battle, man, I'll battle too, man. I got my grimoire over here. Let's do this shit. Got an Athame in the corner too. Love y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I don't know. I hope this was something to listen to. Have a good day. I'll try to come back and get back on my feet again and suck it up, buttercup. You know, put my big girl panties on. See you guys.